My name is Milena Radzikowska. I'm a professor of information design in the School of Communication Studies. And my teaching tip is about modeling. There are two aspects to modeling. There's the modeling that happens in terms of the kind of behavior and the kind of relationship that I want to have with the students and I want the students to have with me, both inside the classroom and outside of the classroom in emails or how we talk to one another. The other type of modeling is the kind of professional behavior that will be expected of the student once they leave here and become information designers. One of the key professional competencies for information designers is being able to provide critique and also receive critique on their work. How are you able to accept someone asking questions or having differing interpretations or understandings or opinions of the work that you have done? So I will tell my first year students, this is what I'm doing. I'm about to critique you. This is what it's going to look like. And then I will stop as I'm doing the critique or giving them the feedback. This is usually within sort of a more public classroom setting, low stakes, not for grades at this point. So I will stop as I'm doing the critique and I will point out to them various aspects of it. When I say, I really like what you did here. I really like the typeface that you chose. I will stop and say, well, that's nice. Like it's a nice thing to hear. It's a nice thing for me to say to you, but it's not actually useful if I stop there, if that is the end of my sentence. What I need to do next is to tell you why, because it's the why that is actually the learning. Right? I like this typeface because it resonates well or reflects well what you were trying to accomplish with this design. For them, for sure, it reduces the anxiety over the receiving of a critique. It becomes, again, less about just an expectation that you have. And with an expectation, there's there can be the stress of perfection. Instead, what they get is, okay, well, we're going to sort of take it easy. We're going to take it step by step. And by the time that I'm done, I will be able to do this well. But while I'm practicing it, that's what it is. It is practice. I will receive feedback. So even in the way that I am teaching them this particular thing, right, underscores the fact that, we will receive critique on that process. It's much more transparent. And I do think it's a better result in the end. Independent of what the discipline is, it also requires some humility. I mentioned earlier about communication. So the kind of emails that I would receive or the way that a student would approach me. If you don't want your students to take shortcuts, if you want them to treat you with respect, if you want to consider sometimes that you have a life and sometimes life interferes or injects itself into your professional life, you need to do the same thing for them. Be realistic of your expectations and model the way that you would like to be approached, the way that you would like to be treated in the way that you approach and treat them.